I hadn't thought of Claire in years, at least not in a way that felt like longing. She was a chapter, a wound that scabbed over, and I told myself it had healed. At 38, I had my life measured and neat. A solid job in design, a small circle of friends, a dog named Milo, and evenings filled with books or slow jazz. I didn't think I missed her. I thought I was safe. Until I heard my name spoken in the only voice that ever made it sound like a secret. It was a Thursday night. I had just wrapped up a business dinner downtown and stepped out of the restaurant into the cool Portland air. I was waiting for my Uber when I heard her. "Ethan," she said, and the world seemed to freeze. I turned, and there she was, Claire, older, of course, but not in a way that dulled her. Her face was softer, eyes heavier. But when they met mine, something in my chest shifted like a tectonic plate groaning awake. "I didn't expect to see you," I said, hearing my own voice as if through glass. She smiled. That same uneven smile I used to wake up next to. "I've thought about this moment for years," she said. "I just didn't know if I'd ever have it. I should have walked away. Politely, gently, cleanly. But I didn't." I nodded toward the table she'd been sitting at. "Is that yours?" She laughed. "Half a dinner and a full glass of wine. Come sit with me." And I did. The restaurant's noise blurred into a dull hum as we sat across from each other. Her plate was pushed aside, her wine untouched. It felt surreal, like sitting in a dream I forgot I used to have. "I've been divorced twice," Claire said after a pause. "One quick, one drawn out. You were always the one that stuck." I studied her hands. No ring, slight tremble. I didn't know what to say, so I just listened. "I broke something in me when I left you," she continued. "I thought freedom would feel like possibility, but it mostly felt like silence." I let her words hang in the air. Years of therapy had taught me not to rush into empty reassurances. "You don't have to explain," I said. "I want to." Her eyes searched mine. "You were good to me." I wasn't ready for good. The ache that surfaced was familiar, but duller, like an old injury that only hurts in the rain. I nodded slowly. We sat there, staring at each other, not as ex-lovers, but as two people finally brave enough to admit how far they'd fallen from themselves. "I'm not here to rekindle anything," she said. "I just wanted to know. Are you okay?" "I am," I said honestly. "You know," she said softly, "sometimes I wonder if we were just too young." I looked up. We weren't that young. We just thought love was a feeling instead of a commitment. Claire winced, not dramatically, just enough to show that it landed. "You were always better at defining things. I always just felt my way through. And you were always better at leaving." Her expression cracked slightly. The smile faded, but she didn't defend herself. "I deserve that," she whispered. "I'm not trying to hurt you. It's just the truth." She nodded. "I thought if I left fast enough, it wouldn't catch up to me." "It did," I said. Her eyes glistened, but no tears fell. "It did." We sat in that strange space between grace and grief. I wasn't angry. I wasn't even sad. I was just present, and that felt heavier than rage. "I didn't think you'd stay and talk to me," she said after a while. "I didn't think I would either." There was a long silence, the kind that doesn't ask to be filled. Outside the window, the rain started, soft and steady. Claire's fingers fidgeted with the stem of her wine glass. "I used to dream about this. Not us getting back together. Just you. Being okay. Being whole. You thought I wouldn't be?" I asked. She looked at me, eyes wet now. "I didn't know, and that scared me." I breathed in deeply, feeling the weight lift with every word I didn't have to swallow. "You didn't ruin me, Claire." Her shoulders sagged. She blinked hard, as if those words unlocked something inside her she didn't know she'd locked away. "I always feared I'd come back one day and find you bitter or cold." "Maybe I was," I admitted. "For a while." She smiled sadly. "And now I'm just me." It wasn't forgiveness she wanted. It was reassurance that the damage wasn't forever, that she could still believe in repair. I didn't offer absolution, just truth. She leaned in slightly, voice barely above a whisper. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we stayed together? Sometimes, I said, but I also know we would have kept wounding each other. You needed movement. I needed stillness. She nodded, her lips pressed tight. You wanted passion. I continued. I wanted peace. We didn't know how to give each other either. I thought love meant feeling everything all the time, she said. You made it look so quiet. I mistook that for a lack of love, and I mistook your intensity for permanence. I replied. There was no resentment in our exchange, just clarity, the kind that takes years to earn. You were never a bad person, Claire, I added. Just misplaced. She laughed, then wiped under her eyes. You really have changed. I had to. Her voice cracked for the first time. If I could go back, I would have stayed. I would have tried harder. I felt something twist in my chest, not hope, not desire, just grief that arrived too late to be useful. But you didn't, I said gently. She looked down, ashamed. I broke you. No, I replied. You broke the version of me that needed you to stay. Claire covered her face for a second, her breath shaking. I'm sorry. I believe you. A long silence passed. I came here hoping to apologize, she said. But now it feels like you're the one letting me go. I already did, I said. Tonight just made it real. It wasn't triumph. It was closure. Soft, quiet, almost kind. We stood outside the restaurant beneath the awning. The rain tapped softly on the pavement. For a moment, we just stood there, side by side like we used to after dinner dates. But this time, we weren't going anywhere together. She reached out, squeezed my hand. Take care, Ethan. You too, Claire. Then she turned and walked into the rain. I didn't watch her leave. Instead, I walked in the opposite direction. No umbrella, no regret. The air felt lighter than it had in years. A storefront window reflected me back, graying hair, laugh lines, calm eyes. I looked older, but I also looked free. Back home, I changed into sweats and poured a small glass of bourbon. Milo curled at my feet. The rain drummed softly against the windows. My phone buzzed, a message from my sister. Dinner Sunday? Just us. I typed back, sure, and hit send. It was nothing special, just an ordinary plan in an ordinary life. And yet, as I sat there, sipping my drink, I realized something. For the first time in years, I didn't wonder what Claire would think. I didn't imagine what she'd say. I wasn't living in the echo of what we were. I raised my glass, not to the past, not to the pain, but to everything that came after. And this time, I didn't think of her when I sipped.